I'm going to recap on why I don't like Stephanie Thompson so badly. Starting November of last year, she went viral. She got the followers. She started monetizing. She started making money. Not just on TikTok, but Instagram and Facebook as well. And let's not forget, this is just since she started making money. She's been making videos for years. And she started off by complaining about her children. She moved into a one-bedroom apartment and kicked a child out of the only bedroom, and then forced him to live with 2 other children that he didn't know. They didn't know him. And then she didn't pay subsidized rent. Not to mention, the only reason that they got away with anything is because she was using her mother's address for everything. Or she had a P.O. box. And then she added 2 more children to the mix, while keeping the oldest boy from his mother. And no, Drew has no backbone at all. And there's paperwork. Again, paperwork of not only Deshaun having a black eye, where the school reported it was Stephanie giving him a black eye. There's also paperwork of Desiree trying to see her son for the last 3 years. And then she got them evicted. And how did she do that, class? Say it again with me. By not paying rent after monetizing on social media. People literally speculated whether she was going to pay rent, and she didn't. She went homeless while being viral on 3 social media platforms. And she allowed that to happen to 5 children. And then we see how badly Milo's skin was. His skin, his ears, he was skinny. And then you go back, and look, there's videos of her talking about them not being able to take care of those cats. And then she abandons them and plays victim. This is around the point that I started making videos. And then, lo and behold, people were speculating about Deshaun's mother, and Arlita got brought into it. Nasty stuff was being said about both of them before anybody knew who they were, and so she spoke up. And now people are calling her bitter because she was trying to hold a man accountable for abandoning a whole-ass child. And people were going after Des, making up all kinds of stuff based off of something that Stephanie said that is not even true. He does not have fetal alcohol syndrome. Desiree was never an alcoholic. She's not an addict. And this wasn't just a big deal to mom talk. Okay, messy talk, drama talk. Everybody was talking about them. There are interviews from bigger TikTokers with this woman. And she has nothing but a nasty ass attitude. She thinks the world owes her something. That is my problem. And let's continue down the line because it's been a whole year of this. She had a baby while actively being evicted because she didn't pay rent. I'm gonna point out, having worked for apartments, having known at least Oklahoma law, in most states, it is 2 heartbeats per room plus 1. She had 5 kids in a 1-room apartment. No way did they know until she went viral, and then she implicated them in a crime. I stand on that. I would want to kick them out too. But then she abandons not 1, not 2, 3 cats. 2 of them on camera. And what happens? She goes online and plays victim and calls the person who saved them a thief. Plays victim for months while we see the person who saved Milo raise money for him and get him fixed. And now he's gorgeous, he's beautiful, and he's happy. And she's bitter. She calls her a thief. When she threw Milo out on a video, we see Drew pick him up and physically throw him out. Flash forward to the schmotel, and now it's absolutely disgusting. We see Minova eating paper and whatever else it was off the ground. To me, looked like dirt. We see knives and scissors just sitting out because she's rage baiting. She's putting her kids in harm's way to rage bait. Her kids have been living in a one-room motel, schmotel, drug den. Because let's be honest, that's what it is, whether they pay for it or not. That is where their kids live and have been living for 10 months now. She asked for a co-signer, but she couldn't go to her family, no, because they told her that Drew is not a good person and will not take care of her. They don't agree with her. They don't agree with what she's doing. They don't agree with her using. They don't agree with what she's done with her kids. And in these months, we've seen her not only yell at her kids, degrade her daughter, make her daughter be the mother to her child, but when she doesn't do the chores, Stephanie uses that against her and yells at her. We've heard her slap her child. We've heard her cuss at her children. We've heard her tell them to be expected, or to expect to be disappointed by somebody that she makes them call dad. And all of this after she willingly had baby girls, with a PDF file. She petitioned the court so that he could see these babies, knowing that one of his victims was a 7-year-old. And one thing I disagree with, and always will be, is the second I find out somebody is a PDF file, they will no longer be around my children. Ever. At all. They'll be lucky if they make it out of here alive without telling me that information. Sorry, Reese, but no, it doesn't matter if he admitted to it and thought what he did was wrong. I don't believe therapy will fix these types of people. So I don't agree with that. And since then, we've seen pictures of Stephanie building a 10-bedroom house, and she had dreams of being a model in New York. How delusional are you? You grew up so abused. We've seen the pictures. Is your brother okay? Holding you like that's gross. The fact that there's even speculation about the parentage of Bella says a lot of what you've put out into the world, Stephanie. We've seen Addison in full face makeup, dressed up, eyelashes done, everything. For what? And yes, I understand little girls like makeup. She's not the one who did her makeup, and little girls don't wear fake lashes. It's actually not good for them. Now flash forward to November, December, and Minova, who's never had seizures before, has had 3 in 1 week. And then Addie outs them, saying that she fell off the bed really hard. Do you realize how common that has to be for a child to just say that? Not surprised at all? Because if that was the first time, they'd be upset. My children get upset for each other when they fall. No, my speculation is Minova falling is something that happens regularly. And I don't think Drew is innocent. Not even slightly. He is fully aware of what's going on there. But the fact that strangers know how to spell his kid's name, but he doesn't. Really? Now it's Christmas time, and not only has she very publicly disrespected 2 of her biggest followers who donated and sent her stuff, the small little tree that someone sent her isn't even put up. Like, there's no Christmas in that schmotel room. And yeah, I'm gonna hold that against her. I don't care if you're upset about that. Christmas is for kids. And when you have children, in my opinion, Christmas needs to be a big deal. Whether it's just spending time together, or a plethora of gifts. Kids deserve to feel the magic. And her kids have gotten nothing. Nothing. Except what strangers have sent them. And did they even really get that? I've been told they didn't. So no, this whole year, this whole entire year, the only reason I have spoken on the Jenkins is because you can plainly see what type of mom she is. And in my opinion, I'm not diagnosing, I'm not a doctor. She is a textbook narcissistic mother. And I guarantee if Drew ever tries to speak against her, that's when she starts playing victim, and I bet you she's a lot meaner than he is. I'm not fixing my fuck-ups. I don't care. He's not a victim by any means. He has allowed this woman to come in and take over his life, which he was barely holding on to begin with. That's my opinion. And the most unpopular one that I stand by is the fact that she used a PDF file to get what she wanted. And when she couldn't anymore, she cheated on him. The family helped. And yeah, I have no idea if he was grooming her or not, but for this woman to come in and say that she was, and then redact her statements, and then try to push charges on him, yeah, that tells me she's lying. Not defending a PDF file. He never should have had access to his children at all. I stand on that, and it's her fault that he did. And if they were groomed, she is 100% culpable for those actions as well, because she knew who he was. And yeah, everybody has trauma, but that's kind of the point. You're supposed to take that information and grow from it, and hopefully not pass it on to your children. She's somehow taken her childhood, made her a victim in a situation where her children are suffering. You think they're happy? Did you know that sleep deprivation is a form of formal torture? That is something that they do to POWs. That's something that they do to people who may have information that have been found as traitors. And no, I'm not saying it's World War II in their motel room. It is a form of torture because it is an actual form of mental torture. You can survive without food for about 3 weeks before your body starts to eat itself. Maybe beforehand, depending on your body mass. You can survive for about 3-4 days without water before your body starts to shut down. You can go 72 hours without sleeping, but you're not going to be doing well. You're not going to be handling life. You're not going to be emotionally stable at all. I'm glad she didn't share why Addie was pulled out of class. But you can see in her posts what her mentality is like. She tried to play it off as this sweet, loving, caring, I want a mom community to grow with. No. She thinks she is famous. She thinks that she deserves love. She deserves all of it without giving back. She is entirely delusional. And her children, I'm hoping the reason she's not posting them is because CPS finally stepped in. But she's using her kids as a punishment to you guys. Are you kidding? She has proven time and time again that if she doesn't get what she wants, her kids suffer for it. $200 on a blender, $200 to $300 on a Ninja fucking oven. I know that because I bought my husband one of those for Christmas a couple of years ago. She uses hot pads on a freaking wooden stand. And yeah, her children can reach that. I don't know if you know this, but most places, it is not okay to have hot pads in hotel shelters because they're fire hazards. And as it's been speculated months ago, I'm pretty sure she took the fire alarms out of there because they were frying fish in there. Here we are at Christmas time. She doesn't have the tree that Amanda sent her up. She doesn't have any decorations, which cost less than the, she won't sacrifice for her children. And she's made that clear. That is my problem. That's my problem with all of you shit moms on here. You think for some reason you matter more than your children. Alex Sable, you got outed by your daughter. And yeah, I believe her. Stephanie got outed by Addie. I believe her. I mean, look at Ruby Frankie. Look at Doherty Dozen. She has some complex where she is obsessed with melanated skin. And she thinks that that's what she should be. That's a form of racism. And I will stand on that. I guess we'll see what the rest of the year brings. But I don't expect anything good until Dee can finally say goodbye to that place. I hope you guys have a good day. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, have a safe new year. Please have a safe new year. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.